of the angels and numbers and the way that they communicate. And this was an important, profound awareness that you were able to teach from that space as well. You said there was someone that came to your class and he hadn't come there in a while. There's a question from, let me come back to that. There's a question from Periscope True Beauty. She said, did you have problems with the other members of your religion for leaving?
Yes, I did. For those that were stuck in a religious mindset, I'm a hypocrite, I'm turning against the teachings, I'm going to hell. But those who were living from a spiritual base were able to see that I'm just taking the training wheels off. I don't denounce the teachings, and I don't say that it's not a place, a sounding board for people, and that it was needed, but it was needed for a time. But anything, if you continue to do the same thing and you don't feel like you're growing, then you're dying.
Right.
So for me, it was time to move on. But what I learned is in this journey called life, I'm not going to always have people outside of me with me. Will be times when I have to walk alone.
Yes.
But I had to accept that. Yeah, I may be ousted. I may be told don't talk to her, and that's okay. This is my new thing. It is what it is.
Right.
I'm not living my life for other people anymore, and I don't need to tell anybody they're right or wrong. See, the difference when I walked away from the building and decided this is not for me anymore, I didn't need to pull anybody with me. I didn't need to say it was wrong. I just needed to know that it didn't fit me anymore, and that I needed to explore and to take the training wheels off. So for me, that's what it was. But I think that many times people will, say what they want, but it really, what people think about you is not your concern. We've got to, and what we think about them is not their concern. There is no higher power that's going, did you think about such and such this way? Okay, I'm going to judge them for that. So don't worry about it. You have to be strong enough in yourself.
This is what Spirit whispered to me as you were speaking about the buildings. Okay? You're speaking about moving away from a particular building, and we're talking about a building being like religion, all right? And this is the vision that Spirit gave to me to share with the people right now, because I too was raised Catholic and Baptist. I experienced entering the buildings of Pentecostal. Here's what Spirit shared with me. Building blocks. When we're ascending to an awareness of who we are at a higher space, the buildings are a part of our building block. Does that make sense? You have to have blocks in order to move up higher in the scale of awareness and life, or move up to a higher whatever. Sometimes you have to have building blocks. Pretty much. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. As she was speaking, and this is how Spirit works with me, gives me a picture, gives me a vision to be able to speak it clearly. Each one of us have building blocks. For me, the divine journey, I like to say, is that God has me on a divine tour. And I've experienced the beauty of Christianity, of, Catholic. I've experienced the beauty of Baptist. I've experienced the beauty of Pentecostal, metaphysical. Traysi's experienced the beauty of the two buildings, Islam, and we each have these building blocks. Being a spiritual, who we are as spiritual beings has nothing to do with religion. It really doesn't. It is waking up out of and becoming more of who we are. Some of us are designed to be teachers. from what we have learned, there's many of you, and this is what I'm hearing Spirit say, that have been taking all kinds of classes, spirituality, degrees. You've been getting readings. You get it, but you're not doing anything with it. You're not doing anything with it. You're sitting there. You're very well knowledgeable, but you're not doing anything with it. You're not being the teacher you should be. There's many different levels of journeying that people are going through, and you're not allowing yourself to breathe. And when you're in the midst of it, though, you realize when you're in the midst of it and you're connecting with others that are in the same vibration, that you breathe really good. You sleep very well. You see better. But if you're living in a dual way where you're still hiding in the building, but you'd rather be stepping up and moving higher, then you just conflicted. Release yourself with love.
Yeah, that was the part with just releasing myself with love and giving myself permission to walk away and not feeling like I was gonna be cursed by God, and understanding that religion was given to us to conform us, and while I believe we're taught that Islam is not a religion, it's a way of life. It has been reduced to a religion with rituals and rules that, personally, some things I just don't think that's God. I think it's man. I think that man has decided this, and we buy into it, and that's okay for who buys into it. Right. But I am the type of person, I'm either all in or all out. So if I don't agree with something, I don't say that person is right because they say it's right and I don't agree, and I just need to figure it out for myself. I say it doesn't fit me, and if it doesn't fit me, I have a right. For me, any religious leader, if you're doing everything they say do, then they have two lives and you don't have one, and I could not do that anymore. I needed to have my own life and respect everything. I think that the minister is a beautiful man, and I've learned so much. Now I'm applying it, and the parts that I don't agree with him, I think it's okay. I don't think, and I do understand that he doesn't think the way the majority of the people think. If it doesn't fit me, I'm not going to do it, but I'm not the type of person that I'm going to sit somewhere knowing I'm not going to do something that this is what the religion says do, and I'm going to sit there and go, oh, I'm striving. No, I'm not striving. I'm not doing it. And for me, it doesn't mean that I haven't come into understanding or I need to learn more. It just means it's not for me. And so then for me, I had to just say, okay, you know this, let's just take it and move on, and you can fly, and you know where your roots are. And for me, as a Black woman, understanding that I'm so grateful I came through the Nation of Islam, because I understand the origins of the Caucasian. All that stuff is so good, but now it's time for me to take that, add on what my purpose is, and keep soaring.
Yes, that's so wonderful. And then, that's a part of spiritual awakening. You will go through that struggle of some type. You will. And then, when you are good with you, and when you can hear and know the truth, then you get into the work of just truly being, living your authentic self, living your dash, as I say. So
there's an 18.
There's an 18? Yeah. So, the last question, and this is so rich and so full, but I still want to go back to it. You had a student. Do you recall, you said there was a gentleman that, from you sharing with him, paying attention to divine communication.
Sandy, yes.
Okay,
Sandy.
Tell that story, please.
Yes. When Sandy, that day, I had seen Sandy in at least a year. He's a school teacher, so I don't see him at all during the school year, but the snow was here, and I'd been taking pictures of all the 18s and showing you. So I go into the gym, and I go upstairs, and Sandy's walking towards me, and he has a big 18 on his shirt. And I took the picture of it. So when I'm telling him, oh my God, I've been seeing 18, I'm showing him, and he says, how did you even notice that? He said, I don't see anything. And I said
about the power of learning how to interpret dreams, signs, and symbols. Dreams, signs, and symbols are so key for us navigating from, or basically walking in the spirit. Walking in the spirit is paying attention to the dreams, signs, and symbols that are around us at all times. What would you say? It's been exciting, rich, being able to connect with you, Traysi. Is there one thing that you could say, or what would you recommend with regard to anyone who may be wanting to expand further in an understanding of living an angelic empowered life? The services that I support people with. You came to me
I would tell them they need it. I would tell them to get that blueprint.
Yeah.
I would tell them to get a reading from you, because I think that it will help them kind of get on the path. The subconscious mind is what's really controlling, but they don't. Most of us, until we wake up spiritually, we don't know that that's what's going on. So when you give them their blueprint, they can see what's really going on behind the scenes, and they can work from there.
And do you think it helps with understanding their angelic team through the BirthAngel reading as well?
Yes. Yes, because I feel like Khalil is my best friend now. See, I look at it like this. Allah is the CEO, but he has to have people working for him, because he can't do it all, but that's why he puts us here. People call the Supreme different names. Allah fits me, so I use Allah. But, so Khalil works for Allah. So I can't always just walk up to a CEO and start talking to him, but his representative, I can get to him and then they can take the message. So Khalil is like my best friend now.
Yeah.
He's like I literally, and I'm also very much aware of the Caucasians' need to make everything theirs. And I know that he was not a Caucasian. So even when I'm looking at the pictures that are drawn, that's not what I see. He kind of looks like Idris Elba. My guardian angel look like Idris. Because I need to be able to connect.
Well, we as humans are the ones that have to have an image. Period. When I would start to do angelic readings, which I haven't done a lot recently, using the traditional angel cards, and this is how I came across the 72 names, 72 angels of God through the Kabbalah Tree of Life. Is one day I was starting to get more requests for energy blueprint readings through Instagram, and I had a prayer. I said, God, show me tools, different cards that I can use that actually have no images no images. I don't want to see Caucasian images. I don't want to see black images. I just want to experience the energy. And in that same day, I was introduced to the 72 names of God, the 72 angels of God, and the awareness of the angels governing a particular time of the day. I had taught and introduced to, and you'll remember this, Traysi, the hiring of the heavens. Remember?
Yes.
Taking you guys through the awareness of the activity of envisioning, working with your angelic teams, and at the time I wasn't aware of the specific names or awareness of the guardian angels. But there's a book, you guys, called Hiring the Heavens. It's by Gene Slater, and it talks about how to engage your angelic support team by creating a mission statement for them. We gotta just like the GPS. The GPS does not respond unless you put and code in there the direction you want to go in.